Go ahead. Ready? Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Committee of the Whole meeting for Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. I will now call the meeting to order, and we acknowledge that we are in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. Item 2, administrative and procedural issues. 2.1, approval of the agenda for today's meeting. The recommended motion is that the agenda be approved as presented, unless there are any changes or additions. None? Okay. Motion to approve is moved by Councillor Lee, seconded by Councillor Lockhart. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded? The motion is carried. Thank you very much. 2.2, conflict of interest. I will direct your attention to the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act and ask you to keep that in mind throughout the rest of today's proceedings. 2.3, approval of minutes. The recommended motion is that the minutes of the March 18th, 2026 regular Committee of the Whole meeting be approved as presented. Somebody like to make that motion? Moved by Councillor O'Telling, seconded by Deputy Mayor Gould. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded? The motion is carried. Thank you very much. 2.4, business arising. Mr. Herrick, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Worship. Business arising is at page 4 of Council's agenda, and you can see that there are 4 items there. Last month I reported on all items being complete and there not being many, and someone said that meant that we weren't doing anything, but I can assure you that we are.
Very good.
Happy to say that all items are complete. There was a couple of second readings related to land use bylaw amendments and low-income tax exemption policy, and first reading of the bylaw to amend the public sewers bylaw. All items are complete. So.
Thank you very much, Mr. Herrick. 2.5, public hearings and presentations. There are none for today's meeting. 3, organizational policy bylaw items. 3.1, procurement policy 17-05 amendment. Amy Hurdle, our Director of Finance, will lead us in this one. Thank you, Amy. Go ahead. Page 5.
Thank you, Your Worship. I bring forward today actually a couple policies, but we'll start with the procurement policy 1705. This policy was adopted by Council in April 2017 and amended in July 2022. It was reviewed and updated to current purchasing thresholds and practices. So it has been a few years since the policy was reviewed. We reviewed it in detail, and it was determined that the procurement policy required updating to reflect the current purchasing thresholds. While these changes were being made, the policy was reviewed, and it was determined that additional changes were required to ensure the information in the policy was accurate and appropriately outlined our current purchasing practices, to format it appropriately into our new formatting, update the flow of the policy for better readability and understanding, and the purchasing limits for directors was increased from 15,000 to 20,000. As you all know, things are getting more expensive, and it seemed reasonable to increase those purchasing limits. Financial implications, there's no direct financial budget implications. The policies are in your package, the track changes version as well as the clean version. The track changes version looks very like a lot of changes were made, but we moved stuff, so then it crosses everything out. So the changes were highlighted in the memo. So, Your Worship, unless there are questions.
Thank you very much, Amy. The recommended motion is that Council forward the amended procurement policy 17-05 to the April 27th, 2026 regular Council meeting for consideration. Moved by Councillor McCormick, seconded by Councillor Strong. Any comments or questions on this from Council? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded? Hearing none, the motion is carried. 3.2, expenditure policy 15-03 amendment. Amy, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Worship. Basically, this is the same thing. So the expenditure policy was adopted by Council in January 2015. It was reviewed and needed some updating, and we wanted the two policies to align as they should align. This one had much less changes required, but they now align and read better. So, Your Worship.
Thank you very much, Amy. The recommended motion is the Council forward the amended expenditures policy 15-03 to the April 27th, 2026 regular Council meeting for consideration. Moved by Deputy Mayor Gould, seconded by Councillor O'Telling. Any comments on this or any questions? Go ahead, Councillor O'Telling.
I just had one question under section 4, dash 1. The line says, which are budgeted expenditures not greater than 30,000 is crossed out and up to 250,000 is, put in, and I just wondered what that means.
So, Your Worship?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So those are purchases that the CAO is permitted to make, and he can award contracts up to 250,000, providing they are in the budget.
Okay.
And that's just, it wasn't in this policy before, so we're just updating it so that it reflects what our actual practices are.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
You're
All
welcome.
good, Councillor Lee? All good? Anyone else? Seeing none, call for the vote. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded? Hearing none, the motion is carried. Thank you very much, Amy. Business issues, 4.1, appointments to East Cumberland Lodge. Mr. McCracken, you're going to lead us on this one? Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Worship. We received some correspondence from East Cumberland Lodge looking for council to make a couple of appointments. Just get that in my package here. All right, so we received correspondence for council to ratify 2 appointments to the board of the Cumberland Senior Care Corporation, otherwise known as East Cumberland Lodge. The Senior Care Corporation requires ratification of citizen members by municipal council to their board. And they put 2 names forward, Jill Black and Holly Bond, and been recommended to council for ratification. As detailed in their bylaws of incorporation, there must be at least 3 citizens of the municipality appointed to the board. When vacancies arise, municipality ratifies them to fill them. So there's a recommended motion for consideration in your package, Your Worship.
Thank you very much, Mr. McCracken. The recommended motion is the council forward the recommendation to ratify the appointments of Jill Black and Holly Bond to the board of the Cumberland Senior Care Corporation to the April 27th regular council meeting for consideration. Somebody like to make a move by Councillor Telling, seconded by Councillor Fromm. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Contrary mind? No. Go ahead. Sorry.
Your Worship, I just wanted to speak to the 2,
Sure.
to the 2 recommendations. I was on the interview panel to interview these board members, and Jill Black is a longtime volunteer in Pugwash, community member, very, very active in the community. And Holly Bond is a new resident but has a professional background, actually in recruitment background, so and has close ties, family ties with East Cumberland Lodge. So these 2 were highly recommended for board positions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Telling. I think we had the all in favor. Any contraries? Seeing none, I'll now pass the motion. Motion is carried. Thank you very much. 4.2, Cumberland Regional Emergency Management Plan. Director Cole will lead us through this one.
Thank you, Your Worship. Under the provisions of the Emergency Management Act, municipalities are obligated to do a number of things, including establish bylaws, which we're working on at the moment, create a emergency management organization, which we've done, appoint a coordinator, which we've done, that's myself, appoint a committee, which is the advisory committee, which has been established and has met, and prepare and approve emergency management plans. And that's what brings us here today. The emergency management plan, which starts at page 48 of Council's package, was a document primarily created by our consultant, Dominic Fewer. And it is the overreaching document that establishes procedures for activation of the Emergency Coordination Center in the event of the declaration of an emergency. It outlines the roles and responsibilities of the various positions in the command staff as well as the general staff, council, the mayor, the CAO, and the coordinator in the event of an emergency. The document is 21 pages long. I don't plan to go through it line by line, and I hope that council's had a chance to have a look at it. In March, the advisory committee met, reviewed the plan in detail, and recommended that it be forwarded to the three municipal entities, which are this municipality, the town of Amherst, and the town of Oxford, for adoption and approval by the councils. And so the recommended motion, Your Worship, is that council forward the emergency management plan that's appended to the CDR to the April 27 regular council meeting for consideration.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cole. So the recommended motion is that council forward the emergency management plan to the April 27th, 2026 regular council meeting for consideration. Moved by Councillor Lee, seconded by Councillor Lockhart. Any conversation or discussion on this? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded? Hearing none, the motion is carried. Thank you very much, Mr. Cole. 4.3, contract award for Parsboro and Spring Hill paving. Director Walcrest will lead us on this. Go ahead, Justin, when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Worship. As soon as you folks kindly approve the capital budget, we got out to market with the tender for our paving of streets and sidewalks in Spring Hill and Parsboro. We maintain the streets and sidewalks in the community of Spring Hill and Parsboro, and we set forth the scope that's in your package there through our budget deliberations. We received 3 bids for this tender. The low bid was Chapman Brothers Construction. They're an operation of the island, but do a lot of work on highways around our communities. They have a pit in Westchester, so known local entity. The low bid was about $277,000 lower than our budget, and a portion of that goes to replacing lead service laterals, but you know, we're going to have another look there and see if there's a little bit of extra scope we can add, and we'll bring back recommendations to council in the future on that. Very pleased with the pricing there. There's the recommended motion in your package to forward this to the next council meeting for approval. It's broken into 3 parts right now. Part A is Parsboro, Part B is Spring Hill, and Part C is the portion of Spring Hill that was contingent on us receiving trunks and roots funding from the province of Nova Scotia. And we did get notice that we were successful in getting that funding. So we'll be awarding all 3 parts to of this contract should you choose to move ahead with it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Walcrest. The recommended motion is that council forward the recommendation to award TMCC 2601 paving of municipal streets, Parsboro and Spring Hill communities, Part A, Part B, and Part C, which was contingent on provincial funding approval, to Chapman Brothers Construction for a total value of $1,841,976.59, which includes non-recoverable HST, to the April 27th, 2026 regular council meeting for consideration. Moved by Councilor Lockhart, seconded by Councilor McCormick. Any conversation or discussion on any of this? Seeing none, call for the vote. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded? Hearing none, the motion is carried. Thank you very much, Mr. Walcrest.
Great job getting those tenders.
Yes, very good, very good. We don't have to wait in line when we do it that way. That's perfect. External reports and committee minutes. Commend some of this to your reading pleasure if you haven't already done so. I'm assuming you all have, at least twice. 5.1, the Cliffs of Fundy Geopark report. 5.2, the Community Health Navigator report. 5.3, the Cumberland Business Connector report. 5.4, the Solid Waste Management report. And 5.5, the Cumberland Public Libraries report. And our CAO, Mr. Harrod, would like to speak to this one just for a moment. So go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Your Worship. You'll notice that on page 89, the Cumberland Public Libraries report is included in the package, and included in that is a note about the Advocate Branch, and it notes that the Advocate Branch will be closed until further notice, and the branch assistant is left for another opportunity, and we're in the process of hiring a replacement. You know, I'm sorry to say that I had to read about that on Facebook. I wasn't given any sort of advance notice. I was extremely disappointed for the manner it was communicated, or actually not communicated. So I did send a note to the director of the library. I expressed my disappointment in the way that the lack of communication, and I informed the director that it was our expectation as a funding partner that all efforts be made to temporarily staff the branch from existing staff until a permanent replacement can be found. So, and I've advised the library that a complete closure is certainly not acceptable from our point of view, even if it could be open a day a week until, until a staff person is found. We all understand and have experienced temporary staff shortages on short notice that sometimes mean businesses or branches have to be closed temporarily. But to be closed indefinitely is not acceptable. And so continuing to have that conversation, as difficult as it is, and if I get an update or an acceptable update, I'll make sure that council is aware. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harrod. Anyone have any other comments on this? Marshall, go ahead. Councilor Strong.
Email from Denise, sorry, and they are in the process of trying to hire and train someone for the facility, and they gave us a timeline of 2 to 4 weeks, hopefully, if they get the people that they hope to get for interviews. So this was just in the last couple of days that I received that.
Sure.
Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you very much. Item number 6, internal updates, reports, and committee minutes. 6.1, the Administration Department Monthly Report. Mr. McCracken, go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just draw your attention to page 90 of your package. Just a few items from the Administrative Department. I know Council's been meeting a lot of the day, so we'll keep it brief. Just the first table there around position competitions. Just pleased to see that our competition postings, meaning, going out to fill jobs, has remained quite low. 22 sounds like a lot in a number of, like, around 100 employees, but most of those are seasonal postings and so forth. And we brought those down from 54 just a few years ago. In terms of occupational health and safety, lots going on there. We continue to review our safety program. There's a number of safety courses listed on page 92. In terms of community engagement, just a plug to you folks, if you know anybody who might be good fit for the Accessibility Advisory Committee. We're still looking for a couple of members for that committee. Our other committee, Equity and Diversity Committee, has a full slate, and we hope to get them off and running in May. Other than that, happy to take any questions on any of the information in the report.
Thank you very much, Mr. McCracken. Any questions on this report? Seeing none, go move along. Thank you very much. 6.2, Development and Planning Department Monthly Report. Director Boone, go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Your Worship. Report starts on page 93 of your package. Just wanted to note, under the Planning and Subdivision section, there was a notation of FBM and Dillon presenting to Council on the 22nd. That actually has been moved to the May meeting, so I just want to highlight that for folks that may be reading the reports. But as Council knows, we're still working diligently on that project. But all of the community engagement, including the online surveys, have been completed, so that information is being gathered up. From Tourism and Economic Development, just want to note that we got some new digital assets, videos, etc., for both the Pugwash area and Wentworth, so there was a link there so you can see those videos and the information. We have had another conversation with QIMC. They're the hydrogen developer down in the Advocate area, and we have offered them an invitation to come and present to Council to provide an update. With regards to Climate and Action, we have closed on all 5 parcels acquired and required to continue the protection around the Pugwash well field. And just to note that our 2 assistant building officials continue their training, and that they just completed a successful course since this report was written. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Boone. Anyone have any questions on this report? Councilor O'Telling, go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. Is the nature program still happening, or has that ended?
Your Worship, back to Councillor O'Telling. The funding ended March 31, which is why the push was on for us to get those properties acquired and closed. There has been some information. The province runs the program with federal funding. There has been some information, Your Worship, back to Councillor O'Telling, that there is a possibility of new funding in the fall. We just don't have that at this point. So the program currently is in, I guess, sleep mode, for lack of a better word. But we should hopefully have an update when we see what the federal government might bring forward in the fall.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very good. Okay. Anyone else? Councilor McCormick, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Worship. I would just like for you to pass it on to your staff. The amount of work that has gone into the brochures that they're doing as far as it comes to tourism, and I realize that The Advocate Harbor, I believe, is the last one to be completed. I can't say the excellent work that that team has done in promoting this area for tourism, so I would like you to thank them.
Yeah, thank you, Your Worship. Back to Councilor McCormick. It's 98.9% Eileen, and on occasion, Greg and I get to look at it. Ally's looked at a recent brochure, so there's a lot of review, but the heavy lifting is Eileen, 100%. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Boone. Anyone else? Good. Thank you, Mr. Boone. 6.3, Finance Department Monthly Report. Amy Hurdle, Director. Go ahead, Amy. You have the floor.
I had to jump the gun. Thank you, Your Worship. The report is in your package. Just a couple highlights. As you all know, the capital and operating budgets were approved at the special council meeting on March 30th. Water operating and capital budgets will be approved by council hopefully soon, likely in May at this point. Property tax bills, we are planning to send to residents as soon as possible, in May sometime likely. And the due date for the property taxes will be June 30th, assuming we get them in the mail by the end of May, to avoid interest charges. Other than that, the information is in the report, Your Worship.
Thank you very much, Amy. Anyone have any questions or comments on this report? Seeing none, thank you very much. 6.4, Protective Services Department Monthly Report. Director Cole, go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Your Worship. I will just go through a couple of highlights. Under emergency management, the position-specific staff training for command and general staff has commenced, and that will be completed by the end of the month. There is a, on page 101 of the monthly report, Your Worship, a summary of the annual report from the Oxford Fire Department as to their activities in the county coverage zone. In summary, they had 49 calls in that zone in 2025, 19 of which were motor vehicles. There was one cat stuck on a roof, and the complete summary is in the 8 pages that follow. Happy to take any questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cole. Any questions or comments? I'm not sure, but I'm guessing it was a hot tin roof. Anyone else? Thank you very much, Mr. Cole. 6.5, Public Works Department Monthly Report. Director Walkress, go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Your Worship. Report is in your package, but I'll just draw your attention to the flurry of procurement that Andrew Thomas went through. You folks approved the budget, and he had a whole bunch of tenders and RFPs ready to go, and they've started closing, and we're seeing good results, and I'll be excited to update council on the process as we move through that. Include shiny pictures of new trailers and trucks and asphalt as we move through the summer. I'm happy to answer any questions council may have.
Thank you very much, Mr. Walkress. Anyone have any questions on Councilor Hotelling? Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor Gilroy. Just a question around the Water Resource Protection Committee and when that might have a meeting.
Go ahead, Mr.
Yep, the CAO and I have discussed agendas for that, and it fell off our plate there getting ready for budget, and you've heard that last year, and I apologize for the delay in that. We have a couple members. I'd like to have a couple more, but it'd be good to get an agenda together and have a meeting in the near term.
Yeah, I think we can probably commit to having a meeting in May. I think that seems to be reasonable, so, all right.
All good? Okay. Anyone else? Hearing none? Thank you very much, Mr. Walkress. 6.6, and last but not least, Recreation and Community Service Department Monthly Report. Go ahead, Ally.
Thank you, Your Worship. Included in your package, you'll find the monthly report for the Recreation Community Services Department, and I'll just highlight a few items. Our 2026 summer recreation programming details are now available on our website and social media. Registration opens on June 9th at 10 a.m. Through our website. Participants are encouraged to create an account on our registration program, Amelia, same as last year. We're encouraging folks to get this set up in advance just to ensure a smooth transition because things get quite busy on that day. Between now and then, we'll be promoting our programs through our website, social media, and through our summer registration recreation brochure. For questions or any assistance with the programs or with the software, we're encouraging folks to reach out to our recreation programmer, Nick Leopold. He'll be happy to help. Next, I just wanted to highlight a Learn to Lead program that we have happening this Saturday in Tidnish at the Tidnish Community Center. It's a basic first aid training course. It's from 9 to 4:30. And anybody interested in signing up for this course, you can go to the Cumberland Learn to Lead website. Or even our municipal website as well, and that can help direct you to it. And finally, our 2025-2026 ice season has officially come to a close. It wrapped up over Easter weekend. This season, there was a 6% increase in ice rental bookings, and ice rental revenue increased by 25.6%, so we're pleased to see that this year. We'd like to extend our thanks to all the ice user groups for another great season, and we're looking forward to welcoming everyone back late summer. So, thank you.
It'll come quick enough for sure. So, thank you very much, Amy. Ally, sorry, my mistake. Any comments on this or any questions? Councillor McCormick, go ahead.
Thank you, Worship. I just want to pass along to Ally and her staff for what an excellent evening that they provided last night for the volunteers of Cumberland County. And Ally, if it had been me, I would have gave you 5 stars, not 1.
Yeah. Oh, well, go ahead. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it was an awesome event. It really was. Lots of fun. So, anyway, anyone else have any comments? Say no. Thank you, Ally.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. 7.1, contracts awarded by the CAO.
Thank you, Your Worship.
ahead, Mr.
The document was distributed. It is hot off the press. Some of these things were actually approved today, so it is up to date as of an hour ago. In the month of April, I awarded contracts in the amount of just over $69,000 for a diesel plate compactor, a dump trailer, a float trailer, and for the Parsbro intersection design, the engineering for that, the island in Parsbro, next to the park. Happy to answer any questions that council might have.
Thank you very much. Any questions on this from council? Seeing none, we're good to go. 7.2, correspondence from the town of Digby to Premier Houston re social assistance and disability support rates. Go ahead, Mr. Head.
Your Worship, there are three pieces of correspondence there at the end of the agenda. This one is about is from the town of Digby, just expressing their support for increased social assistance rates and encouraging other governments to the provincial government to carefully consider and engage further with community partners. I know that some others have encouraged that as well, so it's there for council's information.
Thank you very much. And next is...
Shall I continue?
Yes, go ahead. The next one is great.
Okay. The next is a letter from the Lillian Alban Animal Shelter, and it's a letter of thank you. And it's always nice to get a thank you. It's always nice to be thanked for council's agreement to approve the increased payment to the shelter for kennel services to $35,000. And so I think we all recognize the value that the animal shelter provides to the community, and it's nice to be able to make a contribution. It's also nice to be thanked. And finally, if I can continue, there is a letter from the municipality of Barrington, way down on the South Shore, asking that Nova Scotia, actually writing to Premier Houston and asking for a 5-year freeze on power rates and exploration of public ownership of Nova Scotia Power. And I leave that for council's reading. Happy to answer any questions. Your Worship.
Thank you very much. Anyone have any questions on these letters or any comments? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Moved by Deputy Mayor Gould. We are now adjourned. Thank you very much.